Joining me today on the London Theatre Review is playwright Beth Steel, whose Till the Stars Come Down has transferred massively successfully to the West End for the National Theatre. Beth, welcome. Thanks for joining us.
Thanks for having me.
So it's a play set at a wedding in a Nottinghamshire former mining community, but it's more than that, isn't it? Till the Stars Come Down. It's awful to ask authors to do this, but how would you describe the play?
It's a big, meaty family drama that does take place all on a wedding day. It's a family drama with from the oldest generation right down to the youngest, but essentially swirls around three sisters at the centre of it. And it is the wedding day of Sylvia, who is the youngest sister, and she is marrying Marek, who is a Polish immigrant. And as the day unfolds and lager mixes with vodka and love and loss and lust all comes to the fore, just as a wedding, changes a couple's life at the end of the play. Well, the whole world has changed, but certainly the whole world for every single character in that play.
Absolutely, and it's set in Mansfield, isn't it? Although you grew up in Warsaw nearby, but it's people it's a world you know, don't you? And it's a deindustrialized mining community which now has a vast distribution warehouse as its sort of monocultural industry, doesn't it?
Exactly, which actually sits on top of where the coal pit used to be. So it's a place which is tiny, nobody knows where it is, sort of thing. And then actually it becomes a flashpoint politically at the time of Brexit, at the time of Boris Johnson's government, and now at the time of reform. It has gone reform. And so it's a very small town, but actually has a big national story to tell.
Absolutely. So it's kind of it feels like it's kind of a bellwether, or you're telling a story, of these left behind towns.
Yeah, and that's what I adore about theatre is that you can't switch over. You have to sit with them in their lives for 2 hours. Like, I mean, we have on-stage seating in this show, which I think is fabulous
Hmm.
because, I mean, you are in it. You are in that wedding with them, but you get to see people who you are infuriated by and who you fall in love with, who are hysterical, who are being the best version of themselves. And that is completely different to how we ordinarily encounter these people, where it might be a newspaper article or 1 minute segment in a news piece.
I should say it's also incredibly funny, the play, really, really, really laugh out loud all the way through. But it struck me that you treat your characters with humour, but also with respect all the way through. They're fully rounded. You get to understand their points of view, even if you don't agree with them.
Yeah, and I never find humour a separate thing. The big emotional swings that the play takes between, at one point, people gasping and holding their breath because of the tension that what is happening, and then there's a character who's just as big as her hat, Auntie
Yes.
Carol, who says something hilarious and the whole audience laughs. To me, that's actually truthful. That's where I'm
Mm.
from. That's the family of my women, if that makes
Yes.
sense. I
Yeah.
mean, you met me, you can see me here.
Right.
um
Yes.
and I love those. I love the roller coaster.
She is a wonderful character, Auntie Carol, this sort
Oh,
of big,
yeah,
Rabelaisian character, isn't she? It's all about the food, the drink, the sex, the bodily functions with her all the way
yeah.
through. Yeah, and I think, well, I think all the characters in it are really terrifically enjoyable. You mentioned that we're all guests at the wedding. Do you want to tell me the story of what happened last night live on the podcast, or would you rather not?
I think I have to, because it has seriously made my day. Dame Helen Mirren was watching the show last night, and the show report tells me this morning that the Spanx that get lobbed out to the audience crash down on her head.
Marvelous.
And all I can say is they have yet to be returned. So
So if you're listening, Dame Helen, that's
the plot continues.
that's National Theatre property.
Oh, she can have them. She can have them all.
Okay, fair enough. How does it feel? I mean, it premiered at the National last year in the smallest auditorium. Felt very intimate. How does it feel transferring to a place as historic and large and ornate as the Haymarket?
I absolutely adore its new home. And to be honest, Nick, I mean, I knew it would work, but I didn't know if I would love it more. And I do. I think because the play is, on the one hand, totally truthfully domestic and small, and on the other hand, has a breadth and looks at the universe and a cosmicness, and we have all of the elements of fire and earth and rain. And actually, what it does in that space is show just what the breadth of the play is, actually, and of
Yeah.
how the fact is, at the very end, when the eldest sister, no spoilers, but screams out, that is going up to the heavens, and you get
Yes.
that in that auditorium and space.
Yeah.
So I adore it. And I think the onstage seating is amazing. And I still feel that people feel really included in it. I mean, it is one of the reasons why people laugh so much more in this show than I think would do somewhere else, is because you feel like you're allowed to.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know, you don't feel like you have to sit there and behave.
Absolutely. As you said, it features three sisters. There is struck me an obvious sort of Chekhovian dimension to it. Were you influenced by his writing when you started writing this?
Yeah, I absolutely fell deeply in love with Chekhov.
Yeah.
I had seen the plays, of course, and well, I say of course, I had seen the plays and I had read them, and but they didn't live with me in the way that they did when I started writing this play. And I can't. I mean, I spent a year and a half listening to them when I was going to sleep at night, over and over. I would cook listening to them. I would read all of his letters. It got to the point that he actually visited me in a dream.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. And I didn't know that I was doing the Three Sisters, actually, because, I knew I was never interested in adapting or mapping the play. I just wanted to learn from him, learn from him. What does it take to write four great, great plays that are set essentially in the same place, kind of essentially the same collection of people, kind of actually about the same thing, confronting
Mm.
change, and whether
Yes.
you're ready for that or not. And obviously, all of his plays sit on top of this ticking bomb, which is
Mm.
the revolution, which is ahead of them, of course, but it is
Yes.
there.
Yeah.
And that fascinates me. And I learned just so much from him, basically, because I also feel like my big subject is change. And that's what
Yes.
that's what the play is about. Everybody confronting that or denying that. I mean, Hazel, the eldest sister, will literally refuse to see what is in front of her.
Yeah.
She cannot even look out ahead at all. And change is hard. And we all have difficulties with that. It might not be about an issue about immigration, but we might have it with our own personal relationship with something. It can be very challenging, or even the change of getting older.
Yeah, there's a really potent sense of time passing in this, and but also people trapped, watching
Yeah,
time, watching events passing in front of them, I think. And as you
yeah,
mentioned, the cosmic dimension, which I really admired your ability to sort of zoom in and zoom out. So you get the immediacy of these people's lives, and they are important and they matter. Yet you do zoom out and say, this is the cosmos of the Earth's existence. This is a tiny sort of blip on it. Was that very consciously something you wanted, that sort of volume, that expansiveness in it?
yes. One of my big passions is about bringing lives, i.e., the people that I'm writing about, and having them in something that gives the grandeur and the scale of their life. And I never
Yeah.
see that collision ordinarily. And so I'm always thinking about how to show these people at their absolute fullest position in the world. And that is exactly where they are in the universe. And then, of course, that means, well, then you are just tiny candles set aflame and you will burn out. And it's nothing on the one hand. And your tears and your laughter and your shrieks will pass away and fall into nothing. But then, there's a speech where Tony talks about the stone and that it will
Mm.
outlive every single person in the whole auditorium, essentially.
Yeah. Yeah.
We all
Yeah.
get to experience that as well in that very moment.